Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today, I'm going to be telling you my final preparation list for Phase 4 in Season of Discovery. It will be dropping on July 11th, so that gives us just 4 short days to prepare in order to be ready for this final phase launch, and we will finally be level 60, and I can't wait. They have a lot of awesome stuff planned for us, and I think it's going to be truly exciting and some of the best WoW we've played in a long time. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the biggest thing that you guys can do is have a leveling plan, whether you're going to go dungeon grind, whether you're going to grind mobs, whether you're going to farm mats and level up at the same time, whether you're doing it in a group, whether you're doing it solo. Just having a general plan of how you want to go from 50 to 60 is tremendous, because it will help you out a ton and you won't just log in and be lost. And especially if you're trying to dungeon grind, having that group ready and just sort of how hard you're going, planning out will help your experience be much more enjoyable. I've seen some pretty insane plans that people go through, and I just gotta say they are some of them are absolutely nuts. But just having a plan, whether it's a basic one or a complex one, really will go a long way in your leveling experience. Then the next thing is to make sure that you do pre-quests. So regardless of what class you are, how well you've done this, whether you have tons of quests or no quests, like right here, I have a few that I can turn in, but I definitely need to farm a lot more of these and finish them up. I need to do a ZF. I have some more hinterland quests I can do, and then just sort of turn them in. That is my plan. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing a min-max guide. It just, at the very least, make sure you have 20 quests turned in and ready to go before July 11th, because if not, it'll turning in all these quests will give you 1 to 2 levels, even if they're just basic quests. And I would recommend that you just sort of do a hub. Like, my hubs are probably going to be Gadget Sand and Ungoro Crater, because those two are right next to each other. I'll probably log off in Hinterlands, turn them in, and then Hearth there, and start Blessed and wherever. But those are just a few things that you can do. There are some very detailed guides out there, so definitely feel free to look. I do not have one on it because I have not done it myself. But another important thing is sleeping bags. So make sure that you pre-do your sleeping bag. You can't drop it in a city, and that's actually why I'm out here in front of Orgrimmar. It'll give you 3% XP, and the buff lasts for 2 hours. You just have to lay there and be AFK for 3 minutes, so you can do a DBM timer 3 minutes. But the point of pre-doing it is so your sleeping bag cooldown, which has a cooldown of 3 hours, and the buff only lasts 2 hours, so that you can get about 6 hours of good, or 4 hours of uninterrupted sleeping bag time with the buff, which is an extra 3% XP, which it'll help you out pretty decently. Then the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be cloth turn-ins. So a lot of people have done these at Phase 1 to Phase 2, Phase 2 to Phase 3. But if you have not done them yet, collect these cloths, whether it's wool, silk, mage weave. You collect them all. It takes 60 of each, and you can turn them in at each city. And they do give you reputation, but they also give you scaling XP. And then when you turn in 60 of each cloth at each representative for each race, you can get rune cloth as well, so you'll need 60 rune cloth to turn in, and that is so essentially 4 quests, and it can go quite a while with your XP. So do this at level 59, because it will give you the most XP, and you'll be halfway to level 60 from doing them all. It's pretty awesome. As you can see, this is the troll representative right here. This is the orc representative in the tailoring hut. The Thunderbluff representative is over here, somewhere in Thunderbluff, right here at the tailoring hut as well. And pretty much it's the tailoring trainer in most of these cities. And then Undercity is right here. So just, if you're a mage, it's very easy. But if you're not a mage, find a mage that's doing it or will help you with it. It shouldn't be too hard to get mage ports around. Just offer them a gold or two, and I'm sure they'll port you and wait for you to come back if you need it. But anyway, that's a little tip with there. Then finally, this is a huge one that many people might not know about, is in order to upgrade your 0.5 set, so like for mage, it is the Magister's gear that drops from the in-game dungeons, so like Stratholme, Scholomance, those types of dungeons. There is certain materials that are needed to turn it in to make it an epic piece. So I would highly encourage you to take a look at that gear and questline. I plan on doing the questline and making a very detailed video for you guys when the content becomes available, but it'll be very difficult for me to do that right now because we don't have it available. So just be sort of showing you on Wowhead and reading text there and that instead of actually doing it. But make sure that you go out there and you look up what you need for your epic upgrade pieces and just the materials, because they will be so much more expensive when the time comes for Phase 4 to be launched. So just make sure you do that. Then the next step is going to be clear your bags. Like, you probably have a lot of useless stuff here. Like, I have some wicked leather bracers, massive iron axe shipments, just consumables I'll use. But I just have a lot of useless stuff. Like, these could be put in my bank. My Argent Dawn Valor tokens. I have one Mage Weave cloth. Like, this is me just simply opening my bags and seeing what useless stuff I have and how I can get rid of it. Another important thing is make sure you have consumables. These will help your leveling experience a lot. Pretty much if you've been raiding Sunken Temple with stat lists, you should know what you need, and it'll make you be able to pump even harder and level even faster no matter what you're doing. An important thing to note is you can actually use the superfood from Sunken Temple outside of the raid, so I would definitely stock up on a bunch of this, especially if you're a caster, because it is the most mana that you are going to be getting while leveling. So this will help you if you're questing or mob grinding or whatever you're doing. You can get a ton of mana by stockpiling this food, so it'll be super good for you to make sure you go to the island over here, Yojamba, off of the Booty Bay coast, and you can turn it in to get some jungle Doran. So just make sure you do that. It'll help you a ton. Then finally, there's two things. Flight paths, make sure that you have them. If you don't have them, some of the most needed flight paths: Ungoro Crater, Silithus, Winter Spring, Fellwood, Ajara even, and then make sure that you have Blasted Lands, Swamp of Sorrows if you haven't gone over there. Then probably the biggest one is going to be EPL, and making sure that you have Lights Hope Chapel as a flight path for Horde at least. Alliance can also get Chillwind Camp here and a few other places, but just make sure you have the in-game flight paths if you haven't done them. It doesn't take too long to just ride out there on your mount and go and get them. Then finally, the last thing I want to talk about is student fodder. If you saved your student fodder for now, props to you. You're brilliant. The Sleeping Bag questline gave you 8 student fodder. A lot of people used them in Phase 2. I used them on most of my characters, and the ones that don't have them, I'm not probably leveling to 60 anytime soon, so I'll worry about that when it happens. But doing the Rainbow Trinket quest in BFD, that rewards you with 3 student fodders. So if you have not done that, you can go into BRD and get that Rainbow Trinket, and you will get 3 student fodders. So if you haven't done it, you can go in there and do that and get it. There's some awesome videos on there. I haven't done it yet, so I haven't made a video on it, but there are plenty out there for you guys to go and see, and it is going to be a huge thing. Those student fodders give you 20% rested XP, so double XP for 20% of a level is pretty nice. So that's 60% rested XP that you were not going to have if you did not go and do it. So just something to keep in mind, and make sure you do that. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. If you think I missed anything, you'd like to add any tips, if you disagree with any of my tips, please drop it down below and let me know in the comments. I love reading them, and I love the discussions we have. But anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.